diaries. They could have recreated that. They could have taken those names. They all spoke English.
Oh my goodness. There's a Netflix show. I can't think of its name. It's about a computer platform afterlife. You know what I'm talking about?
Oof, computer platform. Wait, I don't know.
It's like an afterlife movie.
Well, I know there's an afterlife movie on Amazon that's about people getting inserted into something.
Your consciousness is put into this. Okay. So what if it was like that? What if this planet is a physical manifestation of people who have existed? Their consciousness are put in these cars.
Yeah, I could see that.
Although we have too much evidence for our other hypotheses, though.
Yeah, I like our one, though. They come back to Earth. I think that's when it starts, John.
We just give it like 1,000 years of decisions, right?
I think we did it.
Wait, hold on, though. But then, would Lightning McQueen, given the mentality, the psychology of our characters, is he carrying life insurance or car insurance? What do they call it in this world?
Well, it's got to be health insurance, because we don't call it people insurance here.
Well, we don't. I don't know what they call it.
But, so, hey, do you have health insurance? Yeah, I have health insurance. So if you
I have life insurance as well.
Yeah, do you have life insurance? I do. So if you're a car, I have. They're going to say I have health insurance because I am myself.
Right. They're referring to their own health. Right.
Yeah.
We've seen cars with limps.
That's right. So I have health insurance. I don't have, because that'd be like, I guess
this is a psychological approach, right? When we're thinking of the cars, that's really the way to think of it.
If a car says I have car insurance, that'd be the same as a human going, I have human insurance.
Right. But maybe the alternative hypothesis to defend the other part would be that over time, at some point, there was car insurance, and now we have cars.
Yeah, but then they had to have switched it.
But I guess we're using the consciousness of humans. So you're using human psychology at some point, human knowledge, human thought processes.
So they'll still call it health insurance.
I think so. I'm leaning more and more towards that. Mm-hmm.
I'm really happy about this.
I think so. Or maybe they just don't live in a litigious world. And when someone who can't afford the damage that is incurred to them during an accident, everyone just works together and helps them out. There's no insurance.
John, okay. So
there are nice people in that Cars world.
Really nice people. Can I just ask you a question? What we're saying is that the people from WALL-E came back home.
Yes.
And since they were already so taken over with tech and their vehicles, who are we to say that thousands of years, hundreds of years later, this system hasn't happened?
I mean, we have no right to say that couldn't reasonably happen. I'm with it.
We can't top this. This was good.
I'm with it. And there's so many times in sci-fi where it is almost like it is delivered to us as either, not necessarily by a protagonist, but as inevitable that we will be replaced. Even if our consciousness is there and there's some biology, that we will be replaced with this more ideal physical medium, right? These robots. It's not that we'll necessarily be replaced with robots, although sometimes they say things like that in artificial intelligence. But like a lot of times in sci-fi movies, they refer to just having a greater form, being cybernetic. You have, even in Hobbs and Shaw, we have Black Superman, Idris Elba. He's enhanced. You have movies where people, Ghost in the Shell, the Ghost in the Shell series, right? Where people are almost only conscious, right? You have some people who are purely robots, or some robots that are purely robots with AI. You have some things that are purely robots that have an actual human consciousness that was from a living human brain. And then you have all these other people who, depending on their affordability, the wealthier they are, the more modifications they have, literally into their brain, like plugging something in the back of your head, like Neo. Like, there are a lot of sci-fi things that go in directions like this. Upgrade, yes, thank you. And Upgrade is arguably either a not too distant future or a present, where there's just an outlier of technology. And that's just step one. What happens in 100 years and 200 years? So I think a lot of sci-fi historically touches on these things. And so it's not like it would be such a unique idea or a ridiculous idea to suggest that at some point humans deliberately or willfully gave up their physical, genetically produced being, as long as you have your mind in your control, for a different idealized form that can't catch a cold, that doesn't get tired the same way, as long as you're properly fueled, if you will, or charged. I mean, it sounds very gratifying, doesn't it? If you didn't have to sleep ever, if you didn't get tired, that would be a hell of an improvement to your life. If you couldn't get sick,
Yeah.
I mean, other things can happen to you, but other things can happen to us. These are very desirable notions, and at some point in the time of making little consolations, little changes, it doesn't, because it's not like we're saying, oh, let's put ourselves in cars, and now we're in cars. That's a ridiculous jump, right? But at some point, maybe that's just what's available and doable and locomotively friendly, and they made them more flexible with some kind of all-sparky thing, because we see a lot of very flexible movements in them. They aren't literally cars with human brains. They are very flexible animated cars.
Yeah, they can move around. They can squish.
Right. Or even like a transformer. A transformer can purse its lips, air quotes.
Yeah, even though they're metal.
Right, but they can purse them. There's a lot of moving parts there.
I love it. This is great.
Boy, it's funny. I thought that he covered all the depth of the conversation. I didn't realize we could take it any deeper than he already did when he was laying it all out. But I guess
this is why I love these.
Well, thanks a lot to Mike. Mike listens to our podcasts and, of course, all the other podcasts you do, Mark, including Deep Blue Sea, which we listen to together when we're doing curatorial insect work in the lab, because we can listen without being distracted while pinning insects.
Hey, you're a guest of that show.
One time, yep.
Twice.
Heard that? Twice. And you guys only have like 8 episodes left of that. We're wondering what you're gonna do when that runs out.
Oh, we got a couple things in plan, but no, this was fun, man. Thank you so much for joining me. This was great. A great way to spend our 350th episode.
So wait, can I ambush you with something?
Yeah.
I want to do a movie judge draft.
Oh.
Because I'm dropping it on you. I'm dropping it on you because this movie judge in this movie is so incredibly awesome. Like, I love his characteristics, his control, all his little punishment toys that he has at his little judges pew, platform, podium, whatever we call it. So I think it should be short because this is incredibly challenging. So why don't we each just do 3 of our favorite movie judges, and we'll give a little blurb about why. What do you think of that?
Yeah, I like it. Can I go first? Let me pull up this movie here.
I'll let you go.
All right. So this is a really random one, and I don't know why, and I don't even know if it's all right. But in the movie Liar Liar,
go ahead.
Judge Marshall Stevens. But I like that scene where he's like, "Yeah, if you don't go to the bathroom, it can hurt you later on." And then the judge goes, "Okay, we're calling a recess. I'll be right back." But that just makes me laugh every time I think about that movie. When he says it, the judge goes, "Oh, okay, I'll be back," because I have to go to the bathroom. I don't want to have problems later on. I just love that scene, and it just makes me laugh. So I'm doing that.
Okay, so your choice is, what was it?
Judge Marshall Stevens
from
Liar Liar.
I remember liking all his facial expressions when he was watching Jim Carrey too. Yeah. Like it was less of a written role and more of just an acted role. I really like that. And for the record, by the way, Mark, I thought zero about this ahead of time. I just thought of this when I realized we haven't really discussed the judge.
Hey, this is the best way to do it. I love it.
And how about also, we don't include this movie.
Okay.
Got it. My first choice, I was scribbling notes while you were researching. My first choice is Fred Gwynn from My Cousin Vinny.
Yep. Yeah. I mean, he's funny. He's super intimidating, but he's also funny.
Yeah. He's got he's such an integral part of the whole movie though, right? I mean, really the movie boils down to, Joe Pesci, Marissa Tomei, Ralph Macchio, and his friend. I can't think of his friend's name. Fred Gwynn and Lane Smith from actually Animal House, National Lampoon's Animal House, who's the sheriff and the bailiff. Those are our big main characters. But Fred Gwynn is in it so hard. I love everything from the introductory interview, the formality for him to practice out of state, him asking him about his history and law, all of the issues that recur about wardrobe, if you will, appropriate attire in court, and putting him in contempt of court multiple times when they're questioning Marissa Tomei. It's all so beautiful. I love that movie.
Oh man. All right. So I'm up next, huh? This is tough. I'm not gonna. Okay, I know there's better one. I'm not gonna say Jury Duty movie because I don't even remember that guy. Let's see what other movies. You know what? This one. So it's based on a true story, but after reading a lot about this court case and learning about the history of this, I'd feel bad not to include this guy because he's such an interesting judge. I'm gonna go with Julius. Let's see. Judge Julius. Sorry. Judge Julius Hoffman from the trial of Chicago 7.
What is this? I don't know this movie.
So this is the movie written by Aaron Sorkin on Netflix this year. It's getting a lot of Oscar buzz. It'll definitely get some nominations.
Is this
not Frank? Yeah, it's on Netflix. But Frank Langella is in it, and if you read the true story about this guy, he was not a good judge, and a lot of the things that he did got pushed against him. But Frank Langella is excellent in it, so I'm going to do that.
Okay.
I'm going to say Judge Julius Hoffman from the trial.
I can't react to that other than now I'm interested in seeing that. All right, I'm going to say, I can't think of his name, but the judge from Balkanvania in Nothing But Trouble, played by Dan Aykroyd. That judge was maybe he cares about his family and everything, right? But maybe a little evil. He collected the bones of the people he executed. He thought that people needed to be put to death for being a banker. Yeah. And that's the double death. He actually says it in that. He's going to like let him off and pardon him if he marries his John Candy played daughter. Like,
yeah, I like that. That's a good one. I love it.
All right, your third choice.
Okay, I think I got us a pretty good one here. I think so. And this one makes me laugh. Let's see. Let's see. All right. I got to pull this up real quick because I was just thinking about this movie the other day, and I actually really want to watch it again because it's funny, and I think Reese Witherspoon is really good in it.
Is this from Legally Blonde?
Yeah, the judge in this. Well, who's the judge?
I haven't seen that movie in forever.
But I love when that guy walks by her and she goes, "I object." Like he whistles at her, "I object." I don't know. I can't even think of the name.
That's all right.
Let's see. I don't know. She's a funny judge in that. So I'm taking the judge from, what's her name? Let's see. Hey, there's a movie in a minute. She's funny in this movie though. So let's see. What's her name? Judge Jamie Atkinson? Yeah, I'm going to do that. Judge Jamie Atkinson.
Okay.
From Legally Blonde. Just because I love that line where that guy goes, whistles at her, "I object." And then she's in the court case and then she figures out a few clues to prove that the lady was guilty. It's just good detective work.
It had to do with perms, the timing of the perm.
Yeah, exactly. And I don't know, I like it. Elle's super industrious and she's smart, so I'm doing that.
Okay, I've scribbled down 2 honorable mentions that I'm not picking. I'm going to say them first. First, that movie On the Basis of Sex was great, and that is about the life of Ruth Bader Ginsburg.
Oh, yeah.
If we've seen that movie. Mm-hmm. And that came to mind. But I'm not picking that as my judge because in most of that movie, it's really just her working her way to ultimately... it's her journey, not her judgeship. I'm also not picking a one-scene phenom, Ghostbusters 2. The judge who was there finding the Ghostbusters guilty because of the goo, right? Mm-hmm. And then the Scoleri brothers, who he put to death years ago, come out in their electric chairs in ghost form from the goo. Or no, when they opened the containment unit there. Right? Like, but I'm not using that.